Hello, I'm Melissa, I write books. Welcome to the video. It is Monday, but since I worked Saturday, I have the day off. I've already done, as you've seen, I did my writing live stream this morning at 6. I did not get through a ton, but I kind of am easing into it. It's also just, as I was saying on that live stream, just a very boring and overwhelming part of the process, which is the worst combination. I guess I should tell you what I'm doing. I'm making a revision plan based on an annotated draft. So I'm essentially reading through all my annotations and writing down everything that's wrong with every part of the book. I'm on chapter 10, and the list in each category is already so long that it's a little overwhelming, but it's also extremely helpful. Like I already feel like the way I'm doing this is gonna help me get really clear and really specific about what happens in this book and where there might be potential issues. Because it's not like I'm just writing down, here's an issue, here's an issue, here's an issue. One of the categories is for that, but a lot of it is just, here's everything that's happening. So it's essentially like a really detailed synopsis, outline, summary of the book, like categorized out. I don't know if I'm recommending this yet because I have not finished it, but it already feels like it's gonna be really helpful. So that's what I'm working on. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a good way through this book today so that I can actually start making the revision plan so that I can actually revise the book, you know? These days that I have off that are during the week, I like to kind of cosplay as though I'm already making all this money from writing, and I just do this every day. So it's 9:30, I need to do some lotion. But I'm gonna, I think set like a 15-minute timer and like start a load of laundry, clean up what I can, and then try to go into like a writing sprint. Cause that's like ideally what my schedule would be like if I was doing this full time. So I suppose I should do it now, shouldn't I? Hi, it's about noon and I'm hitting a wall, which I actually hit often around this time, and I'm always so annoyed because I'm like, it's only noon, but then I just have to remind myself. Like I started like working today at 6 where I did a live stream, and then I immediately, I ate breakfast, but then I went to the pool and swam, and then I wrote for another hour and did all these chores. So I'm kind of made a breakthrough with how I can make this process go faster. Originally, how I was doing this was, is that I was doing it like chronologically. So I would like look at the page and I would mark down everything for all the categories and then move on to the next page. But I think it's gonna be faster and better to like just do all the crime all the way through and then go back and do all the relationship all the way through so that I can keep my train of thought, but also I don't have to like be moving around my document all that much. I don't know if it really makes sense to you. I don't really know how else to explain it because I mean, I just have like all these different categories, and before I would like have one note about a relationship, so I'd mark that and then I'd have to scroll all the way to the bottom to mark something about a crime. So instead I'm doing all the crime, me personally committing all the crimes. That did actually help things go a little faster. It has been good to do it that way though. I got through like 10 chapters in 30 minutes instead of like 3 chapters in 30 minutes. So I was hopeful I could have maybe gotten through the whole thing today, specifically with the crime. Like that's what I'm focusing on first, is all the crime stuff. And then going back and doing like relationship and character development because there's less of that. But yeah, that's how it's going. I'm gonna go see if I can mow my lawn. My lawnmower is just like the most finicky thing ever. It was left here by the previous owner, like it's kind of a piece of garbage, but it does the job. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go buy another lawnmower if I have one that works, you know? So maybe I'm gonna take a nap. Congratulations, you made it to the end of this video. It's like 4:30. I have a pretty busy evening, so I will not be doing any writing or any other random things to update you on today. But I'm just reading through these notes and it's just chaos. But that is this part of the process that we're in right now, is just chaos. So I just need to show you this, okay? I'm gonna blur it so you can't really see. This is, I'm on just past the midpoint, and this is how many notes I have. Here's the top, ready? Each of these, like if you see this line, that's a different category. So here I'm tracking, it's a cry count. It's important to the plot. You don't care though. This is tracking any plot holes. This is tracking, oh my Lord, it keeps going. The crime. This is tracking their relationship. This is tracking Cal, and this is tracking Danny. So that is why it is overwhelming, is because every time I get to a new piece of information, I have to scroll so many times. But my new strategy that I was doing earlier of just going through the rest of it, just the crime, so I don't have to scroll around so much, and then going back and doing just Danny, and then going back and doing just Cal, I think it will actually be faster and less stressful. And maybe even better at identifying plot issues, because if I'm just reading everything you learned about the crime all in a row, then I might think like, wait a minute, how did we get there, you know? But I do feel strongly that this is gonna be really helpful for me to get clear. I think I've said this like 8,700 times, but my main goal for this revision is to make it make sense. And that is always what my main revision is about. But like specifically within that is that I understand the book as an author should. Writing is I have no words for it, which is ironic. I understand. Like, here's this book that I wrote, and yet I still don't fully understand everything that happens in it, but it all came from me. I don't understand how that is possible. And part of it is like, maybe I didn't think of the certain angle of it, so it's not fleshed out, so maybe it doesn't make sense and like all this stuff. But there was for so long during the wedding season when I was writing that book, 90% of the time that I spent writing that book, I did not know what was going on. And yet I was still writing a book about something I didn't know what was happening. And so it didn't exist because if I didn't know it, nobody else knows it. It just like, it's just wild to think that the backstory doesn't exist until I think about it. Their favorite food, they didn't have a favorite food until I just think in my head their favorite food is this. Okay, well, I'm gonna have a crisis about that for about 40 minutes, but I think that'll be the end of this video. Thank you for joining me for another day of Camp NaNoWRIMO. I haven't really been talking about how it's Camp NaNoWRIMO, but it is. That's why I'm doing so many videos all in a row. Comment down below what stage of the process you're in. Are you brainstorming? Are you editing? Are you revising? Are you published? Where are you at? I kind of want to check in with you guys. So I'll see you, I don't know, sometime, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, maybe the day after that. I don't know. I'll see you. Goodbye.